everyone, welcome to another Book Review Wednesday, and today I'm going to be briefly addressing the nonfiction story. I don't even know how you really address nonfiction in the form of just saying that it is nonfiction. I mean, it is a story, but it's a true story, so I guess I could say nonfiction / true story called Who Killed My Daughter by Lewis Duncan. Now, besides the fact that this story is nonfiction, meaning that it actually portrays actual events that occurred, it is written by the mother of the daughter who unfortunately was killed by somebody. And obviously the title sort of speaks for itself. Really, the plot essentially revolves around the mother trying to figure out who killed her daughter. And there's a lot of little twists and turns here and sort of strangeness that occurs throughout the plot. But that's really at the heart of this story, and I find it very fascinating because usually I don't see these kinds of books where it is told from a person's perspective who actually did lose somebody in the form of a homicide. So it is rather interesting to hear the mother's voice, and you can really see or really understand the determination and the hope and the drive that she has in order to seek answers. And it also leaves things open to some mystery in regards to what ultimately happened to the daughter, because really not all of the answers end up being clear-cut, and sort of new questions kind of resurface, so to speak, and you know, it kind of opens up another can of worms, in the sense that as the mom tries to figure things out, the more the more bizarre things seem to get, and you do feel the sense of grief too, and the sort of turmoil and the difficulty of having to go through something like this. And it's nice to have it seen through an actual person's perspective that had to sort of experience that happening to a daughter. So that I found to be very fascinating, and it's well written for someone who for someone who writes in this sort of format, so to speak, of having it being a nonfiction sort of mystery. And I think they are still searching for answers, the family, in particular the mom. And I think they would definitely like to know if something was there that could help, but unfortunately, since as with many cases that involve murder, when it goes through a significant amount of time without any clear-cut evidence, it's hard to really ultimately prove anything or really solve the crime. So you do sort of see that kind of scenario sort of playing out within the story, because the mother still is searching for answers, and but it's still a powerful journey, because you really do get an idea of the circumstances, and you really do get a sense of, you know, what the daughter was like and what could have possibly happened. But again, it still leaves things really wide open, because ultimately the author herself doesn't have all of the answers. but at the same time, she was willing to put down what she managed to find out within this book. So I think it's definitely worthy of a recommendation if you're interested in this kind of a story, if you don't mind it being nonfiction. And I think sometimes nonfiction has a way of speaking more volumes than I think any form of fiction can. So it's just something that I think is very interesting. I think worthy of recommendation. Um, but I think that's really ultimately all I can say about this book without giving really anything away. However, if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I would be more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching this Book Review Wednesday. I hope to see you all in the next video and hope you all have a pleasant day, week, month, and year.